Hey, welcome back everybody to Abraz Around the House. This is the third part of this series in the 1962 Rockwell Delta Rockwell 15-inch utility drill press. And today I'm going to be going over part 3. This is the bearings and other prep in getting it ready for paint before we reassemble it. So thank you again for coming along and being a part of this journey of refurbing this 60-year-old vintage drill press. Thank you for liking and subscribing as well, and let's get right to it. So this part we're going to start off with the quill and the spindle. And of course this is the main working component of the drill press, and it has two bearings in it, and so I'll be taking this apart, cleaning it up, and replacing it with new bearings. I was able to find a great resource for these bearings, and I'll put that in the description of this video along with any other products that I use in refurbing this drill press. These long reach pliers were perfect for getting off this retaining nut that holds in the bearing. Had a lot of fun with these retaining rings. In these older machines, the retaining rings have a small hole, and they were a little bit smaller than the tool that I had, so I really struggled with those. The bearings themselves were not in terrible condition, but I did feel like that I needed to go ahead and replace them because I didn't want to go back to this later, and so we went ahead and replaced that because of the unknown. Just a little bit more retaining ring fun here. Okay, we'll go ahead and clean this spindle up a little bit and then put it all back together. I really hit the jackpot on this resource that I found, because it not only included the bearings, but it included all the parts necessary in rebuilding the spindle with the new bearings and the quill. The new retaining rings went on a lot easier than the old ones did coming off, and I attribute a lot of that to the fact that the new rings, the holes were larger than the old ones. Here I'm cleaning up the quill a little bit, just trying to get the dirt and grime out of the grooves because that's where the mechanism moves up and down, and we'll be greasing that up before we put it back together. Oh, for the power of video editing. So here, what you don't see is me doing this exactly backwards the first time around, and had to go back, and something didn't look right, so I went back and looked at video, and sure enough I had put the quill in upside down, so I had to go back and take it all apart, put it back together. So what you're seeing is the correct way, but in full disclosure, just wanted to pass that along because these don't go perfectly. You have to kind of learn as you go. The shroud on this is built like a tank, and getting off this logo on the front of the shroud was a real challenge. I did learn a little bit on the next one and ended up using a Dremel and creating a slot to get those out. They're not really screws, but they have like some screw-like function to them. They're just tapped in there, but I was able to get them out. And then on this 10 logo itself, someone had put a sticker on the front, so it kind of protected the R on there, and ended up being a good thing. Okay, so this is my first real use of the 60-volt DeWalt grinder, and I absolutely love it. It has a lot of power, and you can just see the results from it. The only real challenge I ran into is it's great for open, flat surfaces that are easy to get to, but I had to resort to using my drill with the wire wheel and also a Dremel with a wire wheel. So there's a lot of crevices to get into on this project. So I would wear my safety glasses when using these steel wire wheels, but I found out that a thin shirt's not very good protection against those flying little barbs that come out. I had several just stick right in my stomach, and so decided to get my protection on. Some may wonder why I spend so much time on a part of the project that will never be seen. My answer to that is, I know it's there. I will have to say I was very impressed with Rust-Oleum's Metallic Series paint, and I used the Black Knight Metallic for the finish, the final finish for most of the drill press. Thank you for joining me for this third episode of 4 episodes in the transformation of the 1962 Delta Rockwell drill press. Looking forward to finishing this up in the next episode. Thanks again. Have a great day.